going on YouTube? It's your boy Vince, and today we are back with another reaction. Today we're back to I'm Fat, But I'm... You thought I was gonna read that? You're not finna swindle me into saying you look good because you're fat.
Oh!
I don't roll like that. This might as well say, I'm fat, but I'm delusional. I'm fat, but I'm unhealthy. I'm fat, but my jelly rolls make me stink. Come on, bro. I'm not playing with it, bro. They're not finna make me say that, bro. I don't like that. That's not what I'm into, bro. Maybe you are, but I'm not. That's not fat shame, bro. We're gonna get into this video and see these people try to explain the benefits of being fat. So let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm fat, but I eat healthy.
I'm fat, but I'm not a glutton.
I'm fat, but I actually like going to the gym.
But I like to take the stairs.
But I'm a runner.
But I'm not lazy.
But I don't eat McDonald's every day.
And I eat less than my skinny guy friends. Metabolism is a bitch.
Allow me to give you a lesson in manipulating statistics. I eat less than my skinny guy friends. Metabolism is a bitch.
Delusion.
Someone might think, hey, that's so unfair. She eats less than skinny people, but she's still overweight. That's not what she said. She said that she eats less than her skinny guy friends. 1. Men have a higher metabolism than women. Welcome to science. 2. She could be 5'1", and her skinny guy friends could be 6'3".
Right?
So of course they can eat more than you. This is not about her having a slow metabolism.
4, they probably go to the gym. They don't eat 6 pounds of McDonald's food and then sit on the couch talking about, ooh, good dinner. No, they probably go to the gym after that if they skinnier than you.
But that's how you manipulate people. Do I believe that she actually eats less than her skinny guy friends?
Probably.
No.
Oh.
At her size, unless she is really short, she definitely eats more than the average skinny guy. Obesity is an addiction, and addicts lie all the time. Sure, she might go out to eat with her friends and order a salad, but on the drive home, when no one is watching,
She'll get that
she's
pizza.
ordering 5 cheeseburgers from McDonald's.
Yep.
News corporations like BuzzFeed, who promote fat acceptance, always want you to believe that being overweight is just bad luck or bad genetics.
No.
Look, all these people eat is half a sandwich with an avocado and a tomato. They eat less than you do. No, they don't. Allow me to show you a picture from a Dr. Phil video where he goes over just how much a morbidly obese person eats who is not that much bigger than these people who claim they only eat half a sandwich and are still overweight. We have 4 to 5 donuts, a 7-egg omelet with a cup and a half of cheese, a full bell pepper, a full onion, and a full package of ham inside of it, 4 potatoes worth of hash browns with a second full pepper and onion, 4 corn dogs dipped in nacho cheese, a full-size bag of potato chips, a few strawberries, 3 sandwiches with ham, cheese, mayo, tomato, cucumber, avocado, croutons, bacon bits, and ranch, a large pepperoni pizza, 2 bowls of ice cream with caramel and whipped cream, a hand-sized bag of M&Ms, 2 bacon cheeseburgers, 1 box of mac and cheese and 3 bananas, 6 avocados, 1 full-size bag of tortilla chips, 10 fish tacos with rice and beans, a full box of honey buns, a full box of Hot Pocket loaded potatoes, a bag of pepperoni, 1 gallon of sweet tea, and 6 candy bars.
Oh! Huh? This is a daily average meal for them? This is their average daily calorie intake? What the heck? You have a problem. You have a problem. This could have fed 6 families. And you ate it by yourself. How much time do you have on your hands? How much time? Because if you sitting here got this much time to eat all this, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I be trying to stuff myself sometimes to, get a little gains, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get kind of big, and I be finna throw up. I can't do it. I don't know how they eat this much. You would seriously have a problem. And I'm not gonna lie. No amount of trauma, no amount of bullying is gonna make me ever in my life say, okay, I can see how she turned to this diet. This is acceptable. No. You're too darn big.
My God, this woman eats more calories for breakfast than I eat in 2 or 3 days. Not to say that every obese person eats that much, but certainly they aren't eating salad all day and doing 3-hour workouts.
I'm fat, but I'm not glorifying obesity.
You are an obese person who is literally saying a bunch of positive things about obesity to upbeat music and in a light-colored background with a halo pattern in the center. How are you not glorifying obesity?
Sounds like
I'm
glorifying.
fat and I look really good naked.
Why would you lie? Lying is wrong. Lying is bad.
There's been no complaints, let me tell you.
Remember,
Not the
she
cap.
is not glorifying obesity. Let me change the words around a little bit. I'm a heroin addict, but I'm not glorifying heroin. I'm a heroin addict, but I'm sexy. I'm a heroin addict, but I'm motivated. If I can switch to a different addiction and suddenly there's a problem with everything they're saying, then food addiction is not okay.
Yeah.
I'm fat, but I'm not a skinny shamer. I just feel like everyone is allowed to love their bodies. Don't think that me being proud of my body means that I'm putting down yours.
Nobody is saying this. I hate this argument. Nobody is saying, oh, you can't be proud of your body. We just saying, don't try to make other people feel proud that they are fat. No, if you want to be delusional, keep your delusions in your own head. Don't try to make other people be like, oh, you're fat, it's okay, I'm fat too. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's unhealthy. You are inadvertently killing somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm just saying, like, that's like me saying, I do drugs because I like doing drugs. And then saying, it's just because I like it, it's my choice. But then I say, hey, you do drugs, it's okay. Keep doing them. No, like, that don't even make sense, bro. Get up out of here.
What exactly do you have to be proud of? Obesity is a disease. Being overweight is not an accomplishment.
Oh, he don't like fat people.
Also, BuzzFeed saying that these feminists don't shame people for being thin is ridiculous. What about the fitness mom, Maria Kang? What about the Are You Beachbody Ready weight loss ad? What about the Peloton bike chick? These fat acceptance activists never miss a chance to shame a thin woman who is proud of being thin. And let's be clear,
They be hating.
when it comes to fat acceptance, I'm talking about women. I understand that there are men in the original video, but nobody cares about a man being fat. Where are all you feminists shouting about how male fitness models create an unrealistic body image for men to uphold?
Yeah?
Or how about this? I went to a local Target store a few months ago, and I just so happened to notice that the female clothes section was full of plus-size models mixed in with thin models.
That ain't it.
However, when I went to the men's section of the store, all of the models were fit and muscular. Not one of them was fat or obese. Try this at your local clothes store. I have been to plenty of them, and I have never seen an obese model in the male section.
I've never noticed that.
We know that fat acceptance is about fat women, not fat people. Most of the people in these fat acceptance promos are women. Most of the people getting mad are women. And I defy you to find a male activist group who shames a thin woman for portraying unrealistic standards of beauty like the feminist groups do. I don't see any male activist groups shaming other men for being thin either. Feminists keep trying to push the idea that obesity is sexy. That's because they know it's unattractive and men don't shovel a bunch of free stuff in front of unattractive women.
Facts.
That's what this is all about. Jealousy and resources.
Hate.
Being
They hating.
obese is not sexy. Tell me, is this sexy?
Oh,
Let's see. And I am forever out of breath. It's just my natural state of being, regardless of what I do. I sat here for like 5 minutes before I turned the camera on, and I'm still out of breath.
This woman's body fat puts so much
Did y'all see her arms? Oh my goodness. She had hams. Hams. Ham wings, bro. Her arm was tickling like this. No, bro. That ain't it. That ain't it, bro. Cancel me if you want to at this point, bro. Her arms look like big jello pads. I can't. I can't. There's no way you finna tell me that is healthy. She ordered the whole menu. This is a family menu that she just ordered from. She ordered from the family section, feed party section. She ordered from that section for her personal eating. And she gets 2.5 million views from it. Y'all ain't doing nothing but encouraging this. How does she only have 183,000 subscribers? Look at all these views. That she was with Nico Avocado. Hey, that's nasty.
pressure on her lungs that she can't breathe even when she's not doing anything physically difficult. That's attractive and she should be proud of that? How about this woman? This is Tammy Slayton
I
from
seen this
TLC's
lady.
1,000-Pound Sisters. By her early 30s, she was so overweight that she was confined to a walker until she started exercising for the show. What is healthy or sexy about that?
That's nasty.
I'm not obese. I'm a plus-size, curvy lady.
Say it however you want. It doesn't change the reality of your situation. But certainly, someone must be the voice of reason here.
This dude is hilarious.
Let's watch.
What is the most effective way that people can lose weight, in your experience as a doctor?
Right. One of the things...
Eat less food, do more exercise.
Piers,
Is that Piers? That's Piers Morgan.
It's not in the room.
Dr. Piers?
Am I wrong, Miriam? Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Doesn't it really just boil down to
shush,
better,
for a moment.
healthy eating, less food down your gullet, and do some more exercise?
He's spitting facts.
My God, the outrage of telling a bunch of obese women to eat less is unbelievable. Despite the fact that Piers so rudely talked over the female doctor, he's correct. If you want to lose weight, then you need to eat less. However, it's not entirely that simple. I'll get to why, but first, let me tell you about this video's sponsor, Dr. Be Real, and his book. Alright, so yes, weight loss does come down to calories, but for people who are obese, calories are not the root cause of the problem.
What is it?
Until the root cause is resolved, they will never be able to control how much they eat. The reality is that if someone is obese or morbidly obese, then they have psychological problems that are causing them to overeat.
So it's mental.
Here's how bad it can be. This next clip is with Boogie2988 on the H3H3 podcast.
I know this dude
talking
too.
about someone who had just recently undergone gastric bypass surgery.
One guy in my area, I don't want to dox him, but you're never allowed to smoke again, because if you do, you can perforate the surgical scars in your stomach.
Wow.
And so
he was a smoker
right,
before.
He started smoking again at the 6-month mark.
Oh.
And now it's been 1 year since the surgery, and he has perforated his stomach. And so
What does that mean?
Basically, there's holes in the surgical lining of his stomach, and so
Holy
he's literally,
shit.
when he eats, he's dumping stomach juices and food.
So he's almost worse
potentially,
off.
Right. So like the chances of him dying any day is like happening, and I'm learning from him, and I'm like,
But he wanted to smoke still. The doctor said, if you pick up another cigarette, you are going to die. He said, oh, say less. Does that make sense to you? I don't think so.
why are you doing that? He goes, I don't know.
Listen to that. The doctor says that because of the weight loss surgery, if you smoke again, you will die.
Yes.
The guy doesn't care. He can't stop smoking. He knows it's bad for him, but he still can't stop. Knowing that cigarettes put holes in his stomach does nothing, even though it's the right answer to keep him from dying. The reason this smoker can't stop smoking is because he's using that to manage negative emotions. Until he does some thinking and figures out what causes those negative emotions and then learns healthy ways to manage them, he is going to keep smoking uncontrollably.
Okay.
Unfortunately for him, it sounds like he was too late. But it's the same thing with food. Some sort of negative stress is occurring in your life. You don't like the negativity, so you use food to manage that emotion. Until you deal with the source of that negativity, all of your diets will fail long term. The way you start figuring some of this stuff out is by going to things like Overeaters Anonymous
And
or
therapy.
by going to therapy.
Yeah.
It's not a food problem, it's an emotions problem. The real evil here is that there are a whole slew of psychological problems that the fat acceptance movement is telling people to ignore.
I love avocado.
For example, a common reason that women become morbidly obese is because they were molested as children. They got sexual attention as children that they didn't want, so their brain says, how can I make it so that I never get unwanted attention again? I know.
I'm not saying this isn't like a possible theory, but like, who came to that conclusion? Like, when are we gonna start just putting accountability on the person? I feel like you're obese, but we still find a way to put the blame on somebody else. Now, this could be entirely true. It could be because of what happened to her as a child, and this theory makes sense. He wasn't done explaining it, but it was starting to make sense. But I'm just saying, at some point, they gotta take accountability for their own stuff. Like, at the end of the day, you gotta realize, I'm big because of me.
I'll overeat. The overeating solves two problems. It helps them avoid their memories of their past trauma by numbing the negative emotions, and it prevents the trauma from happening.
Okay.
So great. Both problems are solved. People come to these conclusions because they fix the problem and they're effective. They aren't the best way of solving the problem, but they do work. So their obesity could be for that reason, or a number of psychological problems. It can even be a suicidal wish, like it was in Boogie's case.
I think I was just trying to eat to die. I was just suicidal. And I'm like, they would tell me when I was like 25, they'd be like, if you keep eating the way you eat, you'll be dead at 30. And I'd be like, awesome, there's a buffet on the way home, so I'm going to fucking hit that shit.
Wow.
Because I would like to be dead.
You were that conscious about it.
Yeah, I was like straight up. I was like, that's awesome news. Thanks, Doc. I appreciate you. I'll see if I can get that done.
At least
Boogie
he's not
is
glorifying
the only one
it.
to have ideas like this. Here is another fat acceptance feminist, like the ones from before, glorifying the fact that she doesn't care about her life.
46. I'm like not worried about not living a full life. I've already lived a lot of life, trust me. And if I were to die tomorrow, I wouldn't regret it.
What?
She's 46. That's only a bit more than halfway done with her life, and she already wants to die. Is that mentally healthy?
No.
She sounds like she has just given up.
Right, but you see, I would respect you more with respect to you if I saw you doing a fitness campaign where you tried to lose 100 pounds. Why wouldn't you aspire to do that?
Because that's not going to work. It's not going to work for me. Diets are 95% failure rate. Why would I do something that's going to fail?
What? "95% of diets don't work"? What's wrong with you? No, 95% of your diets don't work. Because you think you just gonna stop eating and lose 500 pounds. If you don't take your big butt behind and go to the gym and lift some weights and go walk some miles, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's dangerous to say, why even try? 95% are gonna fail anyway. What? That's a crazy way to live.
Yeah, diets have a 95% failure rate, so why bother trying to eat healthy? You would think that when it comes to saving your own life, you would try to figure out why people on those diets are failing to see if you can work past it.
Right.
But no, instead, this is just the shape of my body, and there's nothing I can do about it. Not to mention how inconsiderate that is to the rest of the population who are paying your medical bills. They are either paying extra because of you through socialized medicine, or they are paying extra because of you through increased insurance rates. It costs way more to take care of an obese person in a hospital than it does a thin person.
Ignorant.
They require things like expensive, special, double-wide KCI beds. Their skin folds have to be washed frequently, or they will get an infection.
Ugh.
And they have to be moved more frequently than other patients so they don't get bed sores.
Wow.
Speaking of which, moving fat people is a very common cause of injury to nurses. My mother is a nurse, and she has been injured so many times from moving 800-pound obese people that her shoulder is permanently damaged. Obesity is not a wonderful thing.
Exactly.
But maybe this will help. Before I end this
and
video...
I'm not going to keep pausing it. I'm not going to keep pausing a lot, but dude. You can call this fat shaming if you want, fat hating, call me whatever you want, fat phobic. But I honestly don't care what you do. Until it gets to a point where it starts to affect my life. You need to buy 3 seats on the airplane because I'm not going to sit next to you and have your dirty jelly rolls that you barely clean on my arm because now the infection spread to my arm. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not going to work at the airport and you can't walk around the airport, so I got to push you in a wheelchair. Now my back hurt. Or like the nurse. Now my shoulder hurt because I had to move you around, get you up out the bed and stuff, bro. Your big self.
Allow me to introduce to you David Goggins.
Oh,
David
yeah.
Goggins is a guy who went through 3 Navy SEAL Hell Weeks in 1 year.
He used to be 300 pounds.
4,000 pull-ups in 17 hours. And most impressively, he ran 101 miles in 19 hours with 0 conditioning. Then, 2 weeks later, after destroying his body in the 100-mile run, he ran the Las Vegas Marathon in 3 hours and 8 minutes. This guy has an incredible amount of mental resolve. The best part is, though, that he was a complete loser at 24 before he started. He was a victim of severe child abuse. He was a liar. He was a cheater. And an all-around terrible guy. One thing you hear a lot from what causes motivated people to do amazing things like lose an incredible amount of weight is that they become completely disgusted with how they are.
Exactly.
They start to hate the things that make them weak.
I had 2 options. To either be that 300-pound guy who sprayed for cockroaches and made $1,000 a month, and at 24 years old, knowing when I'm 50 fucking years old, I can reflect on this and think about what guy I never became, or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until
you
I
succeed. Yeah.
So I started calling recruiters up. I said, I'm going to go be a fucking Navy SEAL.
Which are you going to be? Are you going to be a loser because you never want to do anything difficult? Or are you going to be an adult and actually start trying? Listen to this, though. David Goggins called every recruiter imaginable, and all of them said no because he was too fat until he called the reserves. They said he had to lose 106 pounds to join, and he said, fuck that, and quit.
Wow.
So I tried to get in the reserves. And I called this guy named Steven Salgio, recruiter, up. And he said, hey, come on in. He saw me, put me through the weight standard, all this other stuff. And to get into the class I had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. So I was like, fuck that, I can't do that. I grabbed my chocolate milkshake and went back to Ecolab. I'm going back to work, man. This is my life.
His job was at a pest control company, and the next night he went back to work and found the motherload of cockroaches. He got disgusted by his job, set his equipment down, and then quit.
What it was, and it's kind of funny, I was obsessed with Rocky. Rocky 1 in particular. And when I was a kid, I'd come home every day and I watched this fucking show, Rocky. And I would fast forward with the little VHS tapes to round 14.
Yes, H, how old is he?
Apollo Creed beat the fucking shit out of Rocky. Beat the shit out of him. He kept fighting. He was a dumb fighter. Couldn't read, couldn't fuck. That was me. Couldn't read, couldn't write. Just punchy, everything about him. And Rocky beat the or Apollo beat the shit out of him. He was in that corner and everybody was saying, stay the fuck down. And him getting up, Apollo Creed raised his arms up in the fucking air, turned around, thought he won the fight. He turns around and sees this guy getting up, and it was the face of Apollo Creed that changed my life. The face of Apollo Creed. It was like, just by that motherfucker getting up, not winning, just by him getting the fuck up, Apollo Creed was champ. He was the best. Rocky had taken his soul.
Hero stories are very powerful. That's why we've been telling them for thousands of years. Your brain knows what's wrong with you. When you can't put it into words, your brain will cause you to idolize people who have solved the same problem that you have. That being said, pay attention to the people you look up to or the heroes you like when you watch TV or read books. I bet those people have problems that are similar to yours, and their story describes how they solved it. Rocky was a loser. He was 30. He lived in a shitty apartment in the bad part of town. He failed his dreams to become a professional boxer. But when he finally gets a shot at being a professional boxer, he succeeds because he never gives up, even though he lost the fight with Apollo. David Goggins was able to figure out the answer to his problems because of that story. David was a guy who quit at everything, who became someone who quits at nothing. He took it to the extreme, and now he's doing all kinds of ridiculous things.
All right, so how does this
Even
relate
though
back to fat
he has
people?
no idea what he's doing, he jumps in and figures it out. He isn't lying around waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. Start now and figure it out as you go. Failures wait to be successful. Successful people jump in and deal with the problems as they come.
I was a fucking pathetic motherfucker, man. People cannot say that to themselves. We have to choose these great fucking magical words that make people feel good. Tell yourself the truth. If someone calls you fucking fat,
you're fat.
They may be bullying you, but you might be fucking fat. Someone calls you dumb, it's mean, but you might be fucking dumb. It's life, man. Take it for what it's worth and change it.
But I think that will be enough for this video. So if you liked it, hit the like button.
Alright, he be spitting facts. Both of these dudes, David Goggins and the dude that's narrating. I'm not gonna lie, they're spitting facts the whole time. Like it's this new age where it's like, they say, oh, you're fat shame, you're being fat phobic, this and that. Am I? Or am I just telling you the truth? Everybody else lying to you, who really doing more damage? Because when you end up dead, you looking down like, dang, why didn't nobody tell me that eating like this and being fat was gonna kill me? Everybody made it seem like it was okay. No, it's not okay. You're gonna lose your life, and you're messing up other people's life by doing it. By all means, if you want to be fat by yourself in the corner, go be fat by yourself in the corner. But if you start ruining somebody else's life, that's where I have a problem with it. Because at the end of the day, it's not your life no more. Somebody else gotta take care of you, somebody else gotta bathe you, somebody else gotta wash you. No, that is not okay. And you sitting here eating a hamburger and stuff, bro. I just can't respect that. I don't know. It's just something about that. I think it's ignorant that fat people. Let me get this clear. Not all fat people are ignorant, because some people are fat and realize they fat and realize they need to have something to change. But the ones that try to glorify it and be like, oh, body positivity, you don't like me because I'm fat, that's wrong. Like, what? You didn't lost your right mind. Those are the people that get on my nerves, and those are the people I think are ignorant. So, I don't know, that's how I feel, y'all. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Y'all know if y'all enjoy the video too much, the comment, like button, noty button, subscribe button, all of them, because guess what? I don't be fat shaming. We gone.